What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Final Order Cutoff Speculation and Recommendation show. In this video, I look ahead to this upcoming weekend's Final Order Cutoff and I go over all the books that have speculation, and I'll let you guys know if I think there's any books truly worthy of speculating on. And after that, I'm going to jump forward to next week's new comic book day and do the exact same thing. I'm just not going to cover every single book that has speculation. I'm just going to go over my spec picks of the week, and then after that I will let you guys know if there's any books on Final Order Cutoff that I think you guys should be picking up for the story itself. Not speculation, just for a good actual comic book to sit down and read. So that is everything that we're going to be covering in today's video, but before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to Al from Golden Age Goodies on Instagram, who has helped me comb through Final Order Cutoff and put this list together. So Al, a huge shout out to you and thank you so much. And guys, he actually has an amazing Facebook group which is all about Final Order Cutoff speculation, and he updates this page all the way up until the end of Final Order Cutoff. So guys, I have a link for that down in the description below, so make sure you guys go down, click that, and join that Facebook group because it is really awesome. Now, before we dive into the Final Order Cutoff speculation, I have my 2 weekly reminders which are all about speculation. The first reminder that I have for you guys every single week is the most important, and that is do your own research. And this is very important, guys. I'm going to cover some books today that have speculation, and I might come out and say, I think this is really good spec. But what you guys need to do is go check other comic book YouTubers you trust, other comic book websites that you trust, and other comic book apps that you trust. Gather the most information possible so that way you guys can make the best decisions possible for yourself. Because remember, you guys are spending your own hard-earned money on these books. Not my money, your money. And the last reminder that I have for you guys is that there are delays with comic books. A release date will get moved for one reason or another. So that means a book might show up multiple times on Final Order Cutoff because its release date got moved. So that is my last and final reminder. So let's go ahead and dive into Final Order Cutoff speculation. Alright guys, we're diving right into Final Order Cutoff speculation, but if you guys are interested in picking up any of the books that we're about to talk about, you guys need to get your pre-orders in by February 5th for your DC Scout and Vault books, and February 6th for your Marvel and all the other indie titles. Alright guys, so we're going to kick off Final Order Cutoff speculation with our cover lover picks. Alright guys, the first cover that I want to show you guys is for Harley Quinn issue number 27. This is the cover B done by Alex Gardner. Now I will admit that this is not as good as this issue number 26, but I still think this is a really good cover that might do well in the future based on the cover art alone. And the next cover that I want to show you guys is for Amazing Spider-Man issue number 21. This is the Disney 100 Hulk homage. I think this is absolutely fantastic, and there is a 1 in 100 sketch version that I think will be even better because it's going to be more rare and harder to get, and Disney fans are going to want it. And I think this is just so freaking cool looking. And last but not least, there is a whole bunch of Alex Ross timeless covers. So let's go ahead and cover these real quick. And the first one up is for Avengers number 66. There is an Ultron variant, and again, there's a 1 in 100 sketch variant for this. Next up is Fantastic Four issue number 5. This is the Super Skrull variant, and again, there is a 1 in 100 black and white variant. Next up is Mary Jane in Black Cat issue number 4. This is the Black Cat variant, and again, there is a 1 in 100 sketch cover. Next up, there is the Scarlet Witch issue number 3. This is the Mephisto cover, and again, there is a 1 in 100 black and white sketch cover. And last but not least, there is X-Men issue number 20. This is the Dark Phoenix variant, and there is also a 1 in 100 sketch variant, which those might do better than the regular covers because they are more rare, but a lot of these timeless covers have done well on the secondary market, so guys, keep a lookout for those. Alright guys, those are our cover lover picks. Let's go ahead and dive into the meat of the show, which is Final Order Cutoff speculation. The first book up is Bloodline Daughter of Blade issue number 2. Now this has the first meeting of Brielle and Blade, so his daughter and himself, the first meeting. Pretty freaking cool. Next up is Moon Knight issue number 21. The solicitation references a sinister Pied Piper plays a deadly tune. Who is this sinister Pied Piper? Are they a new character? Well, that is the speculation, isn't it? Guys, make sure you guys check with Al on his Facebook group. Maybe he'll have an update before Final Order Cutoff of who this Pied Piper is. Next up is Scarlet Witch issue number 3 with a possible first appearance of Cynthia, the leader of the Baki? I don't know what that is, but guys, there you go. Some Scarlet Witch spec for you. Next up is X-23 Deadly Regenesis issue number 1. This is a 5-issue miniseries focusing on Laura Kinney's transformation into a hero as she tries to put her past behind her and she works towards becoming the second Wolverine, yet forces try to drag her back. We're also going to have a new arch nemesis known as Haymaker in this series, and this also takes place during X-Men's Utopia era before Laura became Wolverine, and she was one of X-Men's deadliest assassins. And there is also a 1 in 10 design variant done by Jan Bazadula. So we get a first appearance in there, and we're also doing kind of like a whole story with her background, which is pretty cool. But I'm not really sold in this series as a whole, but you know, the 1 in 10 design variant with Haymaker on it could be pretty good. Next up is New Mutants Lethal Legion issue number 1. This series features the trans superhero Mutant Escapade, her fellow trans mutant BFF Morgan Red, and the genetically engineered flying turtle Hibbert, against a mysterious new team of supervillains called the Lethal Legion, led by a female Grim Reaper, which is pretty cool. And then after that, we have Star Wars Quest of the Jedi. This is a one-shot, and this comic has been pushed back a few times, but hopefully this time it will actually come out. This has the first comic debut of the legendary Jedi Knight Barnabas Vin, who travels with his Padawan to the mysterious world of Ancord in the search for the Echo Stone. And this also has the first comic debut of the Jedi Padawan Bly and the first comic debut of the mysterious Echo Stone, which is pretty cool. Now these last 2 books are both independent, so I'm gonna go ahead and read the synopsis for you guys. And the first one up is Phantom Road issue number 1. Now this is coming from Eisner Award winner creators Jeff Lemire and Gabriel Hernandez Walta. And Phantom Road is a grindhouse horror and supernatural sci-fi mashup series, more like Mad Max Fury Road meets The Sandman. Now Dom is a long-haul truck driver attempting to stay ahead of his tragic past when he pulls over to assist Birdie, who has been in a horrible car crash. The mysterious object they pulled from the wreckage of the car crash would eventually throw their lives into a nightmarish road trip. Now, the main thing I like about this book is that it's written by Jeff Lemire, and I've said in the past, and I will continue saying it, I think his books are going to be optioned at some point in the future. More and more of his books have been optioned. I'll put a few of them on screen right now, but guys, Jeff Lemire is a writer that people want to see his stuff on the big or small screen. So I would go ahead and get ahead of the game and get yourself a couple copies of Phantom Road issue number 1. And after that, we have a book from Scott Snyder. It is called Clear issue number 1. Now this originally came out on Comixology and Dark Horse is printing it now. But let me go ahead and read the synopsis for this book. In the not too distant future, mankind no longer sees the world as it truly is. The invention of neurological filters have made it so one can view reality however they choose. You can view it as old Hollywood monochrome, zombie apocalypse, anime. The possibilities are endless. Neo-Seamus Sam Dunes is one of the only of a handful who have chosen to live without the filter. When the death of an old flame reveals foul play, Dunes is set on a wild and twisting mystery that will take him from the city's deadly underworld to an even deadlier heights of wealth and power. Guys, this is Scott Snyder. He is an amazing writer. This sounds so freaking cool. This almost kind of sounds like Ready Player One, but darker and more twisted. And I think that's really freaking cool. And I think this is prime time for an awesome series on, like, you know, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, Netflix, something like that. I think this would be really freaking cool. So that is why I am putting it on Final Order Cutoff Speculation. All right, guys, I'm going to go back over this and I'll come back with my Final Order Cutoff Spec picks of the week. Alright guys, my spec picks of the week are those 2 independent titles because I think those other books just have some really weak spec, but these 2 right here, I think these could be amazing TV shows in the future. So these are going to be long-term holds. You're going to buy yourself a couple copies, you're going to put them in your long-term hold box, and you're just going to wait to see if anything happens. I am not saying buy 20 copies, buy 50 copies. I want to say buy 3 or 4. Put them in your long box and just forget that they're there. They'll take up a little bit of space, sure, but when these series do get picked up, you can go ahead and throw them up on the secondary market and make yourself a couple bucks. All right, guys, those are my spec picks of the week. Phantom Road issue number 1 and Clear number 1. I think those are really good books, and I think if you guys do not pick those books up, you guys will be missing out. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move over to New Comic Book Day spec for next week's New Comic Book Day, which is February 8th of 2023. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of information. There are no books coming out next week that have speculation that I really like, so there's going to be no spec books. But there are some cover lover picks for you guys that I want to share with you, so we're going to go ahead and dive right in. And the first one up is for Batman issue number 132. This is the Nathan Zerdy foil variant. This is the cover C. Now this is an exclusive cover. There are multiple stores that are selling it, and I'll make sure I will have links for those down in the description below. But I think this cover featuring Batgirl with tattoos of the animated versions of the Batman characters is absolutely gorgeous, and I really like it, and I also really like that it is foil. So guys, that's my first book. And the second pick is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 19. This is the Disney cover, which is that Fantastic Four homage, but I like the 1-in-100 sketch variant because it is more rare. And I think these Disney covers are going to do really well because people outside of comic books really like Disney characters, and I think they're going to like this one right here. And next up is Poison Ivy issue number 9. This is the cover G. This is the 1-in-100 incentive cover done by Terry Dodson. It's also a foil variant, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And again, I like it because it's going to be more rare because it is a 1-in-100. And the last cover that I want to share with you guys that I think will do well on the secondary market is Static Shadows of Dakota issue number 1. This is the cover F incentive cover. Now again, this is the 1-in-100 foil variant done by Oliver Copel, and this is a gorgeous cover. I've liked this cover since they released it a while ago. Since I think when it was on previews like 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. It is gorgeous. I love it. And it's a must-have pickup, in my opinion. You guys have to get this. There is a regular, I think it's the B cover or C cover, which is not the 1-in-100, so you don't have to pay that, bigger price tag, and you still get this amazing artwork. But I think the 1-in-100 is going to do better than that cover B or C. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm gonna put it up on screen right here. But guys, those are my cover lover picks for next week's new comic book day. I think these covers will do well on the secondary market. Guys, let me know down in the comments below if you guys agree with me or disagree. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump into my recommendations that are coming out on final order cutoff that I think you guys have to pick up based on the story itself. Alright guys, this is quick and this is easy because there's 2 books, and they're both the books that we spoke about on Final Order Cutoff Speculation. We're talking about Clear number 1, which is that story that sounds a lot like Ready Player One, but a little different. I think it's absolutely amazing, and I love that it's written by Scott Snyder, and I think that is a must-have pickup based on the story itself. And then the other one is Phantom Road, issue number 1, written by the amazing Jeff Lemire. Now, I will admit, I did not love the artwork in that story. I'll have some artwork up here on screen for you guys, but guys, it just doesn't look amazing. But guys, I'm diving into this book fully ready to enjoy the story because it's written by Jeff Lemire, and he's one of the best writers right now, in my opinion. Scott Snyder is too. That's why they're both on the must-reads, or the recommendations, I should say. These are recommendations to pick up based on the story. And those are it. Clear number 1 and Phantom Road number 1. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, we have made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much if you guys are still watching this video right now. And if you are, you guys know exactly what you are. You guys are legends. Thank you so much for supporting Stephanie and I and watching this long. But if you guys are new to the channel and you're still watching and you guys are not subscribed, what are you doing? Get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. This channel is all about comic books, so if you like comic books, guys, get yourself subscribed. And last but not least, guys, leave a comment down below letting Al and I know if you guys liked any of the speculation that we spoke about in today's video. I really like some of those cover lover picks, and I really like those 2 indies. I think those are good buys in my opinion. Al might have different ideas. He'll let you guys know down in the comments below. But make sure you guys are joining his Facebook group over on Facebook because he does such an amazing job with it. Alright guys, last but not least, make sure you guys have your eyes peeled this weekend because I'll be dropping another cute fig unboxing, and it's another giveaway, so you guys want to be around for that. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great weekend, and I'll catch you guys next week on Tuesday with my must-have pickups. Peace.